Good morning, Bookie Monsters. Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Bookie Monsters. My name is PK, and it is Monday, February 19th. For some of you, it is a holiday. For the rest of us, it's just another Monday. So we're going to ease on into this. I hope you had a good weekend. I didn't have anything outstandingly horrible. I did read a very good book. Highly recommend. It's not a mystery. Read it in one sitting. Love it when that happens. Oh, commercial. Let's jump over here then. It is Mrs. Quinn's Rise to Fame by Olivia Ford, standalone. It is about a 77-year-old who applies for the equivalent of the Great British Bake Off, gets on the show. She has some secrets in her past that she's going to be dealing with, but the descriptions of the food and the baking is just wonderful. I gave it 5 stars. Good morning, Kim. How are you? Have you rested and recuperated from all your medical stuff going on? I think I added it to my TBR. Yeah, at least check it out. It surprised me, but I really, really did enjoy it. All right. So for those who are potentially new here, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mornings, we look at the new releases that are being set into the wild this week so that we can make informed choices and also satisfy our reading urge because you don't know what's out there unless you look. And we look at a different genre day by day. On Mondays, like today, we look at cozy mysteries because there's always a lot of them. On Tuesdays, we look at mystery and thriller. On Wednesdays, we look at romance. On Thursdays, we look at uh, fantasy, science fiction. Fridays, it's just sort of a catch-all. Usually, it's more cozy mysteries, but sometimes we talk about readathons or just other books that have caught our attention. So we are starting with cozy mysteries, and yes, my hair is blah. Haircut on Saturday, finally. Makes me to be happy. Trying follow up with kidney specialist today and another ultrasound tomorrow on bladder and uterus. They're going to get a very good idea, picture-wise, of what's going on inside. Murder at Dawn, except it said January. Death in the Kitchen, another January. What the heck? We're in February, right? February, yeah. What's up with that? All right, here we go. Black for a Funeral by T.E. Scott, 7th in the Wronged Women's Cooperative. No one asked if Mrs. Butte's death was natural. The members of the Wronged Women's Cooperative have been called in to look at a cold case. 10 years ago, a woman died and her grown-up children disappeared, but as the WWC tracked down the family members, a murderer returns, and the case turns out to be not quite so cold after all. Bernie, Liz, and Mary cope with missing husbands, foreign travel, and a murderer just waiting to strike one more time. One more time. Too Many Cooks by Rosemary Schrager. Double check the date. We're good. Prudence Bulstrode has fond memories of St. Marianne's School for Girls, the beautiful Cornish school where she boarded as a girl. It was at St. Marianne's that Prudence first learned the joy of cooking from her dear old home economics teacher, Mrs. Agatha Jubber. So when she's invited back to the school to lead a summer holidays course in the fundamentals of cookery, Prudence couldn't be more delighted. What's more, it's a chance to show her granddaughter Suki the way school used to be in the good old days. But no sooner has Prudence arrived at St. Marianne's, a gruesome discovery is made. The builders excavating the old hockey pitch to construct the new dormitories have unearthed human bones, bones dating from Prudence's own time at St. Marianne's. Soon Prudence recollects the story of the vanishing schoolmaster, Mr. Scott, and the rumors that spread like wildfire one summer about his illicit affair with Agatha Jubber. So begins Prudence's very first cold case. Dot, 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 dot. A not so rustic retreat. Book 2 of 3. What could go on? By Lily Sterling, second in the Holt Jacobs Mysteries. If there's one thing more dangerous than fireworks, it's dating. Note to self, lying face down on the floor while my vacation home gets ransacked isn't romantic. That break-in wrecked our simple lunch, definitely not the date I had in mind. My only reason for spending the 4th of July in Idaho was to try dating Brittany Asado, and now I can't relax while expecting the trouble behind every tree. I have to know who did this, but how do you juggle dating with crime solving? You involve her. There's a reason I've stayed single. It says Holt Jacobs isn't for everyone. He's a sarcastic introvert who can never get quite enough coffee. Becoming a sarcastic sleuth was unexpected, but as an engineer, Holt is used to solving puzzles. Well, that sounds cute. Saw a fibroid on abdomen CAT scan. Ooh, hard to believe, but yes, it's February. Isn't that crazy? Odd. Black Funeral said book 5, but no sign of. Oh, very weird. It's like Star Wars jumping in on chapter 4. There was a reason. Ooh, that's a nice cover. Old school. Like it. Paint Me a Murder. Let's check the date. February 16th. However, the real test. Oh, we are good. Kind of, sort of. Third in the Mystery She Wrote series by Delta James. Fiona Fowler, a best-selling mystery writer known for her captivating werewolf detective novels, finds herself thrust into a real-life murder mystery during a fateful full moon. When a prominent artist is brutally killed in her small town, Fiona becomes the prime suspect due to the eerie resemblance between the crime scene and her latest novel. Determined to clear her name, Fiona finds herself right in the middle of a murder investigation. Little does she know that the enigmatic drinking game and irresistible detective assigned to the case, Slade Rafferty, is harboring his own secret. It's probably a werewolf. As they join forces to investigate the murder, sparks fly and a steamy romance ignites between them. When the story takes a surprise twist, Fiona and Rafferty must race against time to catch the true culprit before they strike again. Slain in the Sand. Kindle Unlimited, 160 pages. We're good. We went back a couple days. If you've noticed, the release date is the 16th on these. Angela K. Ryan, second in the Cape Cod Cozy Mysteries. Unmasking the killer is Heather's specialty, even when her own identity remains unknown. Heather is forging a new life on Cape Cod after a mysterious car accident left her with no memory and burning questions about her ex-convict traveling companion who perished in the crash. Eager to remember her past, she's thrown into a murder when her newly adopted puppy, named Artie, because being an artist is all she knows about herself, discovers the lifeless body of the town doctor. Can Heather uncover the killer's identity and reclaim her own? Well, I would be more interested if it were a longer story. I don't know. I'm prejudiced. Tainted Truffle Treachery, book number 20 in the Reg Rollins Psychic Investigator series by P.D. Workman. See, she could write over 200 pages. Double checking the date. We're good. Ready to take a bite out of crime? Join Reg Rollins, psychic detective, as she investigates a string of mysterious poisonings linked to a wildly popular new brand of chocolate truffles in Black Sands. Truffles to die for. Strange things are happening in Black Sands. A series of sudden and unexplained deaths of 3 magical practitioners has Corvin worried, and he convinces Reg to join him in trying to track down the cause and the culprit between them, etc. Daiquiris and death. Isn't that a weirdly spelled word? Daiquiris. Should be daiquiris. 40 pages. Nice cover. This is by M.J. Greenway, third in the Maryville Mystery. Moving on. Made for Mood. By Polly Holmes. 138 pages. Winning a luxury spa weekend away is every witch's dream, but when murder crashes the party, guess who's saving the day? Winning Witch Weekly's contest was the last thing I expected, but who'd say no to a weekend at the lavish Braywood Manor? With my boyfriend away, it was Geordie, my bestie, who scored the +1. We were ready for luxury, but not for the twist that awaited us. Our seemingly devoted maid, a secret agent from Paws Police Academy for Witches and Shifters, there to recruit me to help uncover the owner's secrets and the manor's mysterious return to grace. Me, a murder-solving novice, now thrust into the heart of a mystery. The shocker, Geordie finding the manor's playboy gardener dead in the spa. Suddenly our dream weekend turned into a high-stakes whodunit. With suspects galore and clues scarce, we were racing against the clock. Could we unmask the killer before our ruse unraveled, or would our sleuthing land us in hot water? Like a spa. Cute. A Secret to Die For. Beth Byers. There's a big name in cozies. And Anne Warren. Third in the To Die For mysteries. That says March. We're not there yet. What do you mean, page not found? Hang on. Technical difficulties. Ugh, my hair is just driving me crazy. Well, looks like it's not available. Yeah. I tried different ways. Sorry. Moving on. Murder in the Library by Anita Davison. Second in the Miss Merrill and Aunt Violet mysteries. A body in a hospital isn't so unusual, unless they've been murdered. 1916 London, keen to support the war effort, bookshop manager and sometime amateur sleuth Hannah Merrill has taken a volunteer role in the library of the nearby military hospital. But arriving at the hospital one cold winter's morning, she is horrified to find the body of a dead soldier in the library. What's more, a beautiful young nurse confides in Hannah that she thinks she's being followed, and then she abruptly disappears. Hannah can't shake the suspicion that the two cases are connected, but she can't solve the case alone. She'll once again need to call upon her delightful, demanding, and only occasional devious Aunt Violet. The two women know they must find the missing nurse before it's too late, but they don't realize they're now both in the killer's sights. Missing, presumed lost. A Father Gabriel mystery by Fiorella de Maria. And looks like it's only in paperback. Father Gabriel has finally returned to St. Mary's Abbey, but all is not well in the sleepy Wiltshire village of Sutton Westford. Joseph Beaumont, a former village boy turned London property developer, has returned to build a row of houses on the grounds of a disused mine. A local opposition group, led by Joseph's boyhood nemesis, campaigns to stop the development, and Joseph finds himself the target of increasingly menacing threats. Then, workmen make a gruesome discovery on the building site: the skeleton of a child who went missing 30 years before while the Great War was raging. Father Gabriel is called in to investigate, but the task seems impossible. How can he uncover a secret that has been carefully hidden for 3 decades? Is the killer even still alive? Worse, as the tragic details emerge of a lost little girl's final moments, Gabriel is tormented by the memory of his own daughter and the life that was stolen from her many years before. I was just thinking, you don't really see a lot of religious folk. Like I'm thinking like Cadfael and all those. Guess not sure how you would spell it. I know, it's just so frustrating. Hi, Norm, how you doing? Thank you for joining. We're looking at cozies. Murder Under a Honeymoon, 1930s Mona Moon, historical mystery by Abigail Kern Keen. 12th in the Mona Moon mysteries. 190 pages. Double check the date. Okay, we're good. Mona Moon and her new husband, Robert Farley, Duke of Brynolith, are on their honeymoon at last. They have just boarded the RMS Majesty ocean liner. The couple are looking forward to visiting Robert's ancestral English home, Brynolith, and then off to Paris before winding up on the Italian Riviera. After a romantic evening of dancing until the wee hours of the night, Mona and Robert discover their suite has been ransacked. Excuse me. And Mona's jewelry, supposedly secured in their stateroom, has been stolen. Mona is horrified, as some of the jewelry belongs to the Brynolith estate and were cherished pieces of Robert's mother. The ship's crew searches the ocean liner, and a gold brooch turns up in a bartender's cabin. It is the same bartender who served Mona earlier in the evening. The only problem is the bartender has been murdered, and the rest of the jewelry is still missing. Candlelit Calamity, Frostfall Island, number 6, by London Lovett. Love it or leave it. Not a bad cover. A menacing winter storm is forming in the Atlantic Ocean, and Frostfall Island is in its path. Anna St. James and her quirky boarding house family are hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. There are candles and flashlights and firewood if the power goes out. As much as Anna dreads a bad storm, she's looking forward to a few cozy days locked inside with her favorite people, and most especially her favorite guy, Nathaniel Madden. Why? What are you going to do? The storm brings ice and wind and utter chaos, but the Moon River borders are hunkered down and safe. Unfortunately, that's not the case for everyone on the island. Four women arrived for an ill timed weekend reunion at one of the island's top rentals. When one of the women is murdered, Anna is called to sort things out. The storm has cut the island off from outside help, and now there's a killer on the loose. Because that's what always happens when you go away like that. So don't go away like that. Here ghosts nothing. Here ghosts nothing. By L. Adams, ninth in the Reaper Witch Mysteries. Kindle Unlimited. 190 pages. Mora's life and her brother's afterlife is on the line. Trying to stop an enemy that always seems to be one step ahead of her is challenging enough task without having to contend with the ghosts of her past. But with the clock ticking down until Halloween night, Mora is willing to seek anyone's help to stop Mina Devlin from enacting her revenge against Hawkwood Hollow for thwarting her plans, even her former coven. Can Mora protect both the living and the dead from certain disaster, or has the Reaper Witch's journey come to an end? Alexander has a new one this week. I think I saw on YouTube she was having a launch party. A Smoking Bun, part of the Bake Shop Mysteries. It says 19 books, so this must be 19th. Another delicious installment. The mountains are calling in Ashland, Oregon, where pastry chef turned amateur sleuth Jules Capshaw is baking up a bevy of spiced curry buns and chai cookies for a moonlit snowshoe tour. Ramiro's family is visiting from Spain, and Jules can't wait to take them up to her beloved Mount A with its charming and rustic lodge, backcountry trails, and star-filled skies that stretch for miles. Their winter wonderland adventure is nothing short of magical, and the merry party opts to return to the slope the next day for the downhill dummy. The annual competition is a favorite among snow lovers. Contestants strap makeshift dummies to skis and send them hurling down a death-defying ski jump in hopes of catching big air. The team at Tort is in the mix this year, and their own replica of a tiered cake and a baker who closely resembles their fearless leader. It's a fun and festive atmosphere as dummies sail past the crowd. I can see where this is going. You can see where it's going to huge cheers and applause until one of the dummies takes a deadly detour and lands atop Fitz Baskin. Fitz is a guide on the mountain, and his icy dealings have made for frosty relationships with everyone he encounters. Suddenly, there are more suspects than snowdrifts as Jules dives into the investigation. She unearths a web of secrets and motives that threaten to shake the rustic mountain lodge to its core. Can she catch the killer before they strike again, or will the truth be buried forever under fluffy layers of fresh snow? Well, she's done it apparently 18 times before. I think the odds are in her favor. Just woke up and saw that you're on. Usually I'm not up at this time. Thank you. I've been setting my alarm so I don't sleep my days away, then usually nap later. That's, you know, typically what I do on weekends. I think I'm ready for that one. Good idea, Kim. I think I could sleep the day away sometimes, especially if you have the day off. Oh, absolutely. All righty, guys. That's all we have time for. I have to hit the grocery store before work. So, quick announcements. No sprints tonight for me. There are sprints on Tiffany's channel tonight. They alternate with Storm here, and I believe it's Tiffany's tonight. That starts at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And my next sprints are on Tuesday, tomorrow night at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern, and those will go for 2.5 hours. Tomorrow's morning show, we will look at mysteries and thrillers that are being released into Wild today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that. And if you are not able to wake up this early, which is certainly okay, I do repost this so you can watch it in replay if you want to. You got to know what's out there. This is like the news, only it's not bad news. It's good news. So I hope you have a very good Monday. Be safe, be happy, read good books, and it's okay to set it aside if it's not clicking with you at that moment. There's other books out there. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Have a good day. God bless.